Father Adrien Bresy, The Legacy of Divine Light, Congregation of the Sisters of St. Charles Borromeo. In the 17th century, Belgium was part of the Spanish Netherlands ruled by the Spanish Habsburgs. It was a turbulent period marked by wars, including the 80 Years' War and conflicts with France leading to territorial losses. The Counter-Reformation reinforced Catholicism, while economic struggles arose due to trade restrictions. Poverty, famine, illiteracy, sickness of all kinds was the aftermath of French Revolution in 17th century. Father Adrien Bresy was sensitive to the suffering of the women, especially the widows and orphans. His heart was moved to compassion for the weak, the poor, the sad, the lonely, and the oppressed. It was the plight of the poor of the parish, especially that of children, that gave to Father Adrien Bresy, our founder, the inspiration to start a school and for that purpose to found a religious congregation. A man of learning and wisdom, he knew the value of education and that the most effective means of changing society and its values was by educating its children in right values. Himself a learned man, he found the real strategy knowing where to begin his conquest. It was in the hearts of little children, educated in the ways of the Lord. He saw Christian education as a means of spiritual and human development. In the cry for help of the poor children of his parish, he heard the cry of countless thousands of children and started a little village school to hold the destiny of many generations to come. His heart went all out to procure for the children of his parish who were in the grips of ignorance and poverty to guarantee them a solid human, moral and intellectual formation. He gathered together 3 young ladies from Lille and 2 ladies of his parish to associate with him in his project: Marie-Catherine Walquin, Elizabeth Therese Lepe, Marie-Anne Lepez, Marguerite Delure, and Marie Barbe del Roux. The Reverend Adrien Bresy, native of Mons, Bachelor of the Holy Theology, promoted from the post of chaplain of Dortigny to that parish priest of Wes, became a model for his flock for 25 years and more. Zeal for souls, prayer and preaching were his preferred occupations. Nothing could resist his strength. Everyone admired his meekness. His modest income did not prevent him from being a person in whom liberality and hospitality, as well as the practice of Christian and pastoral virtues, appeared in all their perfection. Indefatigable as regards work, cherished and mourned by everyone, he died to live eternally in heaven on the first day of June 1699, and to satisfy his humility, was buried in front of his portal.
In the village of Weswellwyn, among the poorest of the poor, a flame burnt bright and clear, spreading joy and cheer to the orphaned and widowed, to the aged and disowned, to the millions in need, in word and in deed. Father Adrien, bright shining star, we remember you today and forever. The love that you shared and the service that you dared will go on in fond remembrance of you. Father Adrien, bright shining star, we remember you today and forever. The love that you shared and the service that you dared will go on in fond remembrance of you. There is less light in our world, there is less love in our homes. The world is poorer again. Come and join hands in love, in compassion and to care, to dispel the darkness all around. Father Adrien, bright shining star, we remember you today and forever. The love that you shared and the service that you dared will go on in fond remembrance of you. Father Adrien, bright shining star, we remember you today and forever. The love that you shared and the service that you dared will go on in fond remembrance of you. Will go on in fond remembrance of you.
The charism of the Sisters of St. Charles Borromeo, to incarnate the compassionate love of God for all people, especially the poor and the marginalized, through Christian education in all our ministries. Father Adrien did not give his name to the congregation he founded. He did not leave behind a written charter of principles, a rule of life for the sisters to follow, but laying aside his desire for glory and honor in the spirit of John the Baptist, who said, "He must increase, I must decrease," pointed to the one who inspired him and whom he admired, who had the same ideals and the same spirit as he, who followed the hard and narrow way to reach the heights of sanctity. St. Charles Borromeo, the illustrious Cardinal of Milan. He lived a life of poverty and simplicity. It is written of him that he had no money to buy a place for the new school he wished to start. Therefore he gave up his own little presbytery to the newly formed group of teachers and shifted to a room in the old castle of Wes, which at that time was used as temporary seminary since that of Tournai was still under construction. He readily gave up the comforts of his own house and shifted to a place which was not his, and adjusted to the inconveniences and discomforts of having to live with others. Great was his spirit of sacrifice and poverty. The historical facts that precede its beginning enforce one to exclaim, "Great are the works of God." The flourishing congregation in India bears witness to God's intricate ways. The unceasing grace of God has led the congregation to spread and to give formation to the East, West, and the North provinces in India. Today there are 64 houses in India, covering 12 states, serving the people through schools, hospitals, dispensaries, leprosaria, social work centers, homes for the aged, orphanages, boarding houses for the destitute children, midday meal project for the poor school children, schools for the special children, and so on. Though our congregation was started mainly for education, we have multifaceted apostolates now, as per the needs of the time.
Borromeo, Saint Charles, Saint Charles, Saint Charles, glorious patron we honor, leader, reformer, church is in wonder of your deeds, your holy hands never cease to bless the poor. Shepherd's care, love will last forever. You nurse the sick, serve people in need, man of strong faith, ever humble and great. Saint Charles. every day of life. Kind, simple ways gathered flocks to the fold.